What I would tell any artist, especially the young artists, is to, first of all, copy the people who inspire you, the great masters. I mean, when I was young, I used to copy Walt Disney. That was my way of starting art, you know. But then later on, I sort of, when I started painting a little bit, I started copying the masters. What I discovered through first studying with Klarwein and then with Fuchs, who are both incredible masters of what they do, I came to my own technique. And this is what we try to tell our participants and students. And when I finally did find my own way, it was filled with this light, and I discovered through a few accidents and so on how to get this light. And now I know it. It's a lot of work, but it's always there in the painting, and so I just know how to bring it out. I had a business in New York City. I had an advertising agency that was doing very well in the music industry. And then I started to experiment, started discovering the fine arts, and I knew that I could not continue with the commercial art. I had seen the truth of what I had to do. And I left that world in New York City. I'm from New York. And I studied with Klarwein in New York first, and I went with Fuchs and studied with Fuchs, and I still had a little bit of the business going. I had my own studio then with some clients. And then I gave it all up, and I left for Europe, and I went broke in about 6 months. You know, I shipped my van over at the time, had a bed in it that became my home in Europe, and here I am all of a sudden. Here's this very successful business guy in New York, you know, living in a van in Austria somewhere, and I ended up in finding Cadaqués. I went to see Dali. I heard that he was living in this little town called Port Ligat, and Port Ligat is a part of Cadaqués, and I finally drove into town and I discovered Cadaqués. And I knew I was home. Just go for it. I mean, when I saw Fuchs's work, I contacted him right away. I said, look, Ernst, I call him Ernst right away. I said, you know, I have this business that we do album covers, and I'd love to use your album covers, your work on album covers, which we did. And then I eventually wrote to him and said, look, I'd love to study with you too. You know, I went to see him. I went on a journey to Austria when I still had my business. I got invited to his house, and yeah, he eventually took me on. But you know, you have to have this strength of will, this belief system that's so strong within you. Like when I saw Klarwein's work, it was the same way. It was a magazine called Avant Garde that was published in New York, and all these great artists coming through this magazine. I saw Monty Klarwein's work. I said, wow, this guy is profound. And I went to a concert, and I love the work so much, okay? So I could feel it beating as part of my heart. I went to a Tim Leary talk one night in New York, and he had people behind him on stage who was guests, and that was great. And there was a couple up there who were very striking. She was beautiful, and he was tall and very interesting looking. And 2 days later, a friend of mine said, would you like to see the work of Monty Klarwein? I said, yes. I said, where? He said, well, he has a loft down on 17th Street. And I said, okay. So he made some arrangement. I went down and I walk in, and there's the guy who was behind Tim Leary on stage. You know, so one thing leads to the other, and, yeah. You know, with Fuchs. But you just have to approach them. You know, a lot of people they were afraid to go see Dali. All you had to do was call him up. He would say, are you beautiful? You say, yes. He said, come over here 7 o'clock. And then you go there, and that's how it works. You know? And then you meet other people, other interesting people, because they're always surrounded by interesting people. And one thing leads to the other, and before you know it, they're liking you if you have something powerful to offer them. And if you're beautiful. And it's, you know, it's a struggle out there, but you just have to take the world by the horns, you know, and go for it. That's what I did. That's how it worked, but not everybody does that.
Yeah. Well, it was similar for me. I was in Germany, and I was studying sculpting, and I was so unhappy with the whole situation in my art school, and it was not very inspiring, so I almost considered giving it all up, and then I decided to take a sabbatical. I said, I'll move to Paris. and I met people who took me within a few days to Spain and to Cadaqués, of all places. And this is how I discovered Cadaqués. I just met Robert, and I discovered painting, and I probably, without his encouragement, I probably would not be a painter today. The one good advice is also, don't just get stuck with art schools. Seek out the masters. Go find individual teachers who are willing to teach you. And I think it's such a sad thing that the old way of teaching, the old Renaissance way of teaching, where we apprenticed and went through the different stages with the master for years and years and years, all of that is lost. Everything has to be done quick. And one-on-one teaching is the key.
You get too many artists who have the ability and the talent, and they don't keep up with it, they don't continue it. And we've seen this with some really spectacular artists. One in particular in California who delivers mail, and he's one of the great artists. And I said, "What are you doing?" You have to have more than just the ability to paint. It has to be something within you that forces you to take that leap of faith and go for it.